Today's AskReddit post. Hey Reddit. What are the unwritten rules when visiting Nude Beach? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Your friends are like the sun. Of course you will see it, but you can't stare. Going to one with friends sounds absolutely wild LMAO. That's why you go with work colleagues. Don't forget to invite your boss. Contrary to common assumptions, when you're on the way to beach you should wear some clothes and get nude after arriving, not before. Recently went to a clothing optional hot spring and the number of men hiking and naked was too damn high. If you are a leathery man over 60, you are required to wear nothing but a sun hat and flip-flops. Find a log or a boulder, prop one foot on it, and stare at the horizon for half an hour. They do this in the YMCA changing room. Probably in most gyms I suppose, but that's where I go. Funny thing is this hasn't changed in the decades I've been alive. I remember going to the YMCA with my family in the early 80s as a little kid and there were always a few old dudes doing this. Carrying on conversation, but naked like the locker room is their rec room. No biggie. But it's hilarious that in 40 plus years this is still a thing. It probably was 40 years before then too. They're unwritten because nobody has a pocket to carry a pen in. Probably to use a lot of sunscreen down there, but my pale ass has the most color down there. I'll live dangerously. Note, Nude Beach does not mean Intercourse Beach. Caribbean boat tour guide, as we were about to pass a nude beach. To temper our expectations. Think unintercoursey thoughts. Think unintercoursey thoughts. Stupid intercoursey Flanders. Asterisk NOTHING at ALL asterisk. First couple of hours are the hardest. If it lasts more than 4 hours consult a lifeguard. I went to Rooster Rock State Park in Oregon last summer. Nude Beach is on the island within the Columbia Gorge River 10/10. I.F. had a man walk up to me. It was like a baseball bat swinging from a toothpick. Reached out to shake my hand as he introduced himself. He asked my name and told me I was the most beautiful woman on the beach. He then sat down behind me a ways, or so I thought. I turned around to collect my things and he is aggressively enjoying himself. I noped right out of there. The rest of the experience was fine and dandy, no other creeps. So don't do what he did. Bring a towel to sit on. Wear sunscreen. Don't be gross. People are naked not looking for a creeper. Act as you would if you had clothes on. No going down the beach snapping pics with your telephoto lens. How about jogging with a GoPro on? It's okay to get hard. It's not okay to play with it. I was cleaning it and it went off. Tom DeLonge says that on a live album and it lives rent free in my head. Probably don't stare at people. Also, don't set up your towel right next to anyone. Don't bring binoculars. True story, many years ago in Florida, there was a new unspoken understanding at Playa Linda Beach that the space between parking lot 10 and 12 were commonly frequented by nudists. I did not realize this, and we brought the kids for a day of surf fishing at the beach and the fish were biting pretty good and everything was going well, until I realized my 9-year-old son had the binoculars and was discovering nature in all its glory. When I was like 13 I went to Australia because my grandpa had died. I grew up in the US. I'm used to US beaches without nudity. In Australia girls just go topless or will suntan naked. Not at nude beaches. Just at every beach. Everyone else was acting totally normal, like they weren't naked, and I was like, oh my god, it's in real life, and couldn't stop freaking out about it lol. Don't shout boing when you see an attractive woman. It is okay to look decently. It is not okay to stare. How do you define a stare? Imagine you are walking on a nude beach and you see a great pair of tits. Count how long it took you to read this comment. That's a stare. No, I'm a hostile D-Day. Ooh, if I can't conduct an amphibious assault on the beachhead then what's the point? Exclamation mark. There's a significant difference between beachhead and beachhead. Get naked and immediately forget that you are naked. The awkwardness goes away in about 3 minutes. True. Went on my first visit and got naked. Awkwardness went away after a few minutes. If you get an erection, at least use it as a towel hanger. May I take your hat, sir? Always respect the water safety warnings. Don't be naked and stupid. Nobody wants to rescue naked you. So don't make them. Stay safe and naked. I DK about rules. But I got a joke about a nude beach. A young couple, soon to be married, plan to go to Jamaica for their honeymoon. In preparation, the man gets his wife's name tattooed on his member. When fully erect, it spells her full name Wendy, but when flaccid it just says WY. So they get married, go on their honeymoon, and go to a nude beach in Jamaica. Well, do you know, the man sees another guy with WY tattooed on his flaccid dick, and so he has to ask him, hey, is your wife named Wendy also? And he says, no man. It's say welcome to Jamaica, and have a nice day. And NBSP, you forgot. Just ignore boners. It can happen, and some people can't help it, and are extremely embarrassed, except those dudes with straps/rings on them. They're 100% proud of them, and want them that way as long as possible. Rule #1, no clothes. Edit. Everyone can stop telling me how you don't actually have to be nude at a nude beach. It was a joke. Actual nudist here. Same as everywhere else, but everyone is naked. Don't point and laugh. Haha. Just because you're naked doesn't mean you can poop and piss freely like an animal. But one can dream. That's what the ocean is for. Duh. It's a good thing poop doesn't float. Be male. Old and if possible fat. At least in my experience. This are the vast majority of the folks using these beaches. I was always the youngest one there. If you find yourself in a rip current, do not fight it. Allow it to take you out from the shore until you can swim horizontally along it and out of the rip current. Then if you can, try to use the waves to help you back to shore. I got caught in one in the Bahamas, and I bet I was seconds away from drowning before it spit me out and pushed me towards a beach line/rope. I totally panicked and it hit so fast and hard could never get a good gasp of air. I now have a huge respect for the ocean and won't go out further than waist high. I went to a nude beach this last summer in Austin, Texas. I'm forgetting the name and it's bugging me, so if anyone knows, that'd be great help. I was enjoying it for a few hours when a man approached me asking for sunblock. I lent him some, and he sat down next to me and started talking in broken English. Luckily I spoke enough Spanish to help him out, but he just kept calling me beautiful and kept asking if I wanted to go dancing with him in the city. When I say he kept asking me, I mean it was at least 10 times in the span of 30 minutes. I kept messaging my boyfriend about what was happening and even told the guy I had a partner. Would not take a hint. Eventually got to the point where I said duck it and started packing and left. He followed me. So maybe don't do that. Also, ladies, put sunscreen on your boobs. The sunburn on my nipples lasted for at least 2 weeks, and it was one of the most painful things ever. Point at men's genitals and go, hey Jude, pretty small penis you got there. I was in the pool. Significant shrinkage. No butthole sunning to open up your chakras. Seems like the perfect place for it. Don't stare***. People know when they are being ogled, and they know when they are being made fun of. It's a very vulnerable thing to be nude around other people, and you should help make everyone's experience a positive one by being respectful. Don't be a creep, don't be mean, and enjoy your day in the sun. For some reason I doubt that the majority of people who go to nude beaches are on Reddit, but I think most of Redditors would be on the other side of bluffs with a zoomed lens. Don't make it into cordial. My assessment based on the beaches on the French Riviera, at least half the people you will wish weren't topless, much less totally nude. So overall, unless the nude beach happens to be exclusively Victoria's Secret models or NFL cheerleaders, I think you're going to find it not as exciting as you think it will be. A friend of mine summarized the nudity that I would potentially see when we were at a Mardi Gras parade on Galveston Island. Most of the people who will be topless are people you don't want to see topless. He wasn't wrong. No ducking the crabs. Oh man, no crab rave today. Go to Black's Beach in San Diego more often than any other beach in San Diego. Nude beach. I'd say the main unspoken rule is to not be a weirdo, like stare or bother people. Most people are just having a beach day and aren't looking for attention. More interested in full body tan or swimming W/O clothes. Socializing is chill but not creeping. Great advice. I visited this beach. It was busy. I thought it would be just a few people. Are there more nude beaches in California? In the news today, a peephole was discovered in one of the walls surrounding a nudist colony. Police are looking into it. Apply sunscreen liberally to all areas of the body and apply sunscreen to some areas continually, getting faster and faster, then suddenly stopping. I don't know why anyone, except villains, need to rub their hands so vigorously together. Don't be blonde in India. Logically, this question is unanswerable by Reddit. I live near Black's Beach in San Diego, which is clothing optional. For scope, it is miles long, and there are only two very difficult access points. One, a stairway cut into the cliffs that takes 800 steps to get up. I counted one time. On a sunny Saturday there might be a couple thousand people there. I have been on 2 dates there. I always kept my shorts on. One time the girl stayed in her bikini, the other time she went topless. Different girls. The rules are literally just be cool. Keep some space between yourself and the next group. Don't stare. Looking casually is okay. The first time I was there, I was chatting with a group of 6 people. Everyone fully naked. 3 men. 3 women. The whole time my brain was saying everyone is naked. Are you aware of this? What is happening? And semi-freaking out at the experience. Holding eye contact was more difficult than some of my engineering undergrad classes. If you see a man with a small pages who looks shy, point and yell nice C**ck dude, nudist here. I've actually done that before and made them smile. Felt good tbh. The nurses at the children's hospital didn't like my good deed though. I got arrested. The only people at a nude beach you will see naked are the people you never want to see naked. Don't bring your magnifying glass. No ring toss. Wear sunglasses so nobody knows you're staring. This answer, much like that old man's balls, was way too low. All of them are unwritten. Really? Nobody has a pen. If you are pleasing to the eye, you aren't allowed on the beach. Sorry. Shake it once. That's fine. Shake it twice. That's okay. Shake it 3 times. You're playing with yourself again. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.